Hey. All right, here we go. So hello, hello, hello. This is Jenna Cantor, performer and physical therapist. I'm the founder of Powerful Performer. Okay, so I am coming on live on 3 platforms. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube right now, which is just crazy, but that's okay. I want to make sure I'm getting this information out. So for Instagram, you don't have this written out right now, but I'm going to try to figure out how to put after I put out this video where I can put all this information that I'm discussing. Hey, Benjamin Lee, what's up? Okay, so this research study asked the question, is using therapeutic ultrasound on a person with plantar fasciitis, that's basically pain at the bottom of the foot, is that addictive? All right, and the title, let me give you the formal title. So the addictive effect of therapeutic ultrasound in the treatment of plantar fasciitis, a randomized control trial. Okay, so let's stop here. What does randomized control trial means? It means that these researchers, so I'm breaking this down, not for physical therapists, this is for performers, okay? So a randomized control trial is where they are taking 2 groups. They're separating it. One group is not getting the treatment. The other group is getting the treatment. So say it's the ultrasound and the other group will just not get the ultrasound. But they are randomly assigned to these separate groups, okay? So that's what randomized control trial is. There's a lot more details, but I'm just really, really making it very, very simple. Keep it simple, stupid, right? So there were 54 patients with plantar fasciitis, which is, like I said, and they went further to define this plantar fasciitis. Hey, Kevin. So the plantar fasciitis is when the person had pain in the morning, the pain when carrying weight or with local pressure, and gradual development of pain. And the ages ranged from ages 24 to 80. So let's first, if you are a performer, you're listening to this, you've got to already ask yourself, does this apply to you? I say this every time I go into details on a research study. So first of all, are you 24 to 80? And there's only 54 patients. So there's not necessarily many people if you are 24 who are 24. So are you going to 100% apply this information already, just knowing this information to yourself? And I wouldn't necessarily say that from this alone that this can be totally generalizable, because it there may be only one person who's your age, and then there's so much that a person goes through depending on what their age is, from the natural physical turmoil that your body goes through in life to your own personal history. If that person got hit by a bat when they were young, I don't know, I'm making up stuff a little bit here, but just to give you examples, all right, on how you need to think like this every time you're reading a research study. Okay, the method. So how this was done. So like I said, it was a randomized control trial where they have the 2 groups. They're separating randomly. Okay, and one group received stretching exercises along with ultrasound, while the other group only received stretching exercises. So that's the control group. They didn't get, that ultrasound. So we're comparing. Okay. And they used a sham ultrasound. So basically they could have pretended like they got ultrasound, but they didn't. So the results, they saw that there was nothing really significantly different between the 2 groups. No significant difference in improvement. Okay. So hey, Jeremy. So what these researchers did is they concluded that stretching alone may be an effective treatment for plantar fasciitis, and ultrasound is not necessarily necessary. So yes, I think that's a very interesting conclusion. How can you 100% count it out from this study? No, there is a lot more research out there that does lean more in this direction, that there's not a real big difference when utilizing ultrasound, but you still can't say end all be all. I mean, that's what I do like. I appreciate that with research, even though everything's pointing into that a certain direction. You can't say 100%. There's so many factors. I brought up the age alone. I mean, they also could have been very knowledgeable of who was in what group, and that brings in a bit of a bias. So that could have led them to that conclusion a little bit. So it all needs to be acknowledged along the way. All these different possibilities that could make the study itself not 100% valid for you, the performer. But you need to think about everything I said. It's just something to consider. That is it. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments below or reach out to me personally. Happy to help you out. All right, take care. Goodbye. And now I am closing all of the social media.